Hi, this is Sherry Cheever, and I'm here today on behalf of Graphic 45. Today on the Graphic 45 blog, they're showcasing a wall hanging I did with on the boardwalk. And what I want to show you, if I can get the lighting right, is how that I make these flowers. I know I've done flower videos in the past, but I've played around with this one and came up with a little twist that was kind of fun. So let's get started on how I've done that. The flowers are made with the Spellbinders Rose Creations. This one right here. Oh, okay, there you go. This one right here. Had to change the way I do my storage of Spellbinders, so I'm not used to using this size yet. So, and then I've used on the boardwalk paper, and I've die cut my flowers from this strip of paper here, and as you can see, there's my die cuts that I made. So I've started on some of the petals already, and I've saved the last one to show you what I've been doing. Now you can either use just a stylus, an embossing stylus, or this petal roller from Imaginis. I like it because it has a bigger ball on the end for the larger size flowers that I'm working with. I have a mini mister filled with water, got a piece of foam core that I've cut in half, and I have a little black brad. Well, not quite so little, but it's a brad that I'm going to use for the center on these flowers. And the first thing, you'll see this side of the paper, it's the stripe. I hope you can see it. And on the back, I'm just going to turn it over and I'm going to work from the back. And starting with the ball end of the petal roller, I'm going to start going around the edges of the petals, and don't hold it, just let it work itself. And I'm just rolling and scraping just along the petals, and I want that because I want those petal ends to roll. So we're going to keep moving this, and then down here in the center, if you just kind of give it one of these, it kind of breaks it away from the being flat. So make sure that's good and rolled, and we're going to continue on around the petal. Now I've shown you this in another video. I think it maybe was one for Spellbinders and during one of the CHA blog hops. And we're just going to keep working these petals very nicely and just roll. I'll try and keep it in frame for you. I'm just so used to working with my hands free. And then get down here and make sure you give that a nice little roll in. And as you can see, the petals are starting to take a nice curved shape. So I'll keep going around. I've got two more to do. I don't want to keep you all too long today. I guess you could ask questions while I'm doing this. I don't know that I can hear and answer them, but you can ask them. So we've got just this last one to do, and I want to make sure I get it good and rolled. And kind of get down in here in the center. And now I've got my petals rolled. So I'm going to remove it from the fun foam. Now this is a little different than what I've done before. Mist this with a bit of water from your mini mister, and then you can take these petals and roll them in on top of one another. You can kind of curl the edges a little more and then roll them in. The paper's pliable and it's not going to tear at this point unless you really manhandle it. And I have my heat tool, and we're just going to give this a good heat. I also take my stylus and hold the end, and as you heat it, you'll see that the petals start to roll in on themselves, even though they rolled out when you first started. And if we turn it, we can kind of keep playing with it till you're happy with the way they're curving. I'm not too happy with these, so I'm going to push them in a bit. And just keep drying it. And if you're wondering about the quietness of this heat gun, it's the one made by Ranger. It's called Heat It Craft Tool. And it's wonderful. Not so loud, and then you can talk over it when you're doing videos. So I'm going to take this out and take a look at it. And I don't know that I like the way these petals haven't rolled, so I'm just going to mist them just a little bit more, just those couple. And continue to roll them in, because I really want a good edge roll. And then just heat those up. And we're almost done, and then I'll show you how I've assembled them. One of the other products I have also is the Ranger Matte Accents. Still one of my favorite glues. So I think that's good. And let me wipe up my craft sheet here. There's my towel. Sorry. So I have my larger base now, and I'm just going to press it down. And you can see how they're kind of scrunched up, and they're not really, the petals aren't exact. And you know, no flower is ever exact. So I'm going to take just a little bit of Matte Accents and run it around the inside. Here's my next largest petal. I've already shaped it and dried it. And now I'm just going to line it up, pull those petals apart a little bit, and line it up, and then just press it down. And what I like about wetting these is you can, oh, well, let's press it down and hold it then a little bit, I guess. But I like the way the petals look a little distorted. I didn't quite get that one lined up exactly, but we're going to keep going. The next size petal, there's 6 in all with this die set. And just kind of press this down here and get it lined up, and you can see some of the petals are flat, some are scrunched, some are standing straight up, and I like that. It's I think it's more realistic. And once around, and this is the, not the smallest, but we're getting down to the end, and you might have to come back with your stylus now. And I've opened the petals up a little bit more, and I'm going to bring the ball end of my stylus back. You can see it doesn't want to quite be flat enough for you to work on, but be persistent and roll those petals out if you want to. And then you can get it down in there and hold it with your stylus now, because we're getting into small petal work. I have a couple that are bent down. I don't like that one bent down so much, so I'm going to bring it up and then stick this down to really adhere. They're a little wonky. I like it. Okay, we've got 2 more, and I'm going to just put some more glossy or matte accents down in there. I think I hit my petal, so I'm going to remove some of that. And then open these up just a little bit more so you can get down in there. And with your ball end, just press it in. And I still have a hole in there to add my brad to, because I'm kind of lining them up as I go. And then the very last, the teeny tiniest petal, the number 6. And we're going to add this down in there. Now you can use wire for the centers. I did on my wall hanging. But for this, I'm just going to use a brad. And now that I have them all glued, I'm going to put the brad in. I added the glue just so it would hold a little bit better when you go to handling it. Get the brad down in there, and we'll fasten the brad to it. And then if you want, you can kind of scrunch your petals up a little bit more, because you flattened them some, but they'll scrunch. And then you have your flower petal. I like just the way that they kind of lay, and they're wonky. Then when you press it down on your wall hanging or card, you have more of a dimension to the flower, and it doesn't look so flat as some of the others. You can see on these little tiny ones how they've really rolled the petals under, and I like it. So it's something new for you to try and play with, and you know, you can't make a mistake with it. It always comes out. So I thank you for joining me today. Make sure you stop by the Graphic 45 blog, and see all the whole blog today is going to be on the boardwalk, and I think you'll enjoy what you see. So thank you.